So, good morning again. We're now at noon, so I guess it's not morning. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about what exactly I am doing. I'm a graduate from George Mason University in history, studying, and I live in Israel. I'm Virginian. I'm from DC. My original intent was to be a diplomat, but I found that working on the ground directly allows me to make connections that will allow me to actually affect change in the future. Now, I get told all the time I'm naive and this kind of stuff, but I'm an entrepreneur, and I think 99% of the time entrepreneurs are told that what they do is not going to work. Now, I work in long term. My goals are between 5, 10 to 20 to 40 years. Um, so I just wanted to let you guys know what the update is for what's going on. So in I believe it was 2015 to 2017, I built the Arad Botanical Garden. We had something like 20,000 species. All of them were in production capacity to produce more seeds. And what ended up happening was that there was a land dispute, and the garden eventually got closed down. That's sad. Now, on the fortunate side, I managed to keep most of the tools. Now, what this means is what I'm working on specifically is permaculture. So, for example, I'm getting my master's degree this year in permaculture so that I can go down to Eilat, which is a city that is building a food forest within the confines of the city. And I'm really big on this because environmental conservationism is perhaps the biggest, maybe not right now, but in the next 20, 30 years, it's going to be a very, if not lucrative, it's going to be incredibly important to the lifestyle that we lead. Because of this, what I've switched my focus on is not only on the atmospheric water generator that I'm producing. I expect to have that finished within the next 5 years, or hopefully by the end of my master's degree in the next year. And additionally, what I'm focusing on is I'm building a nonprofit that will work with seed exchange. This will try to mitigate the damage that invasive species can cause, but also allow us to have significantly higher yields. So what I'm focusing on recently is cultivation. I want to take the foods that we produce, and I want them to be exponentially larger for a cheaper cost. So I want them to be more efficient. I'm not talking about splicing genetics and that kind of stuff. I'm picking the produce that is the most abundant, and then I'm selecting from that the most edible, and then I'm reproducing that until the recessive traits become the dominant. And this way we can have, exactly like I was talking about in the last video, seeds that, peas for example, that instead of just producing 10, 11, 12, 13, I want them to produce 15. I want them to produce 30. I want to try to help solve the world crisis. Now, I'm only one person, so I know I'm not going to make that big of a difference. But I believe that by creating a nonprofit that allows for seed exchange, we can faster facilitate this information so that more people can be fed more often. Combined with the atmospheric water generator, which provides clean drinking water from the air, I really believe in the next 20 years we could see a vast difference in the lifestyle that people have that do not have the means to buy what the first world has, or the second world. So my goal is not only just to, and my long-term goal is of course, I want to convert the Sahara and Mojave, which are man-made deserts and wastelands from ancients years ago. I want them to be back to grassland. I want us to positively affect the environment, because if we're thinking long range, how the hell are we supposed to colonize Mars? How are we supposed to go off-world if we can't even fix the problems that we have here? So I'm thinking long-term. These cultivars that I'm doing is definitely a hobby, but I believe it can honestly produce quite a bit of good for the world. My goal is I never want to hear about people starving. I never want to hear about people going thirsty. I want to. A lot of the conflict in the world seems to be based on resources, and if we can address this more directly, especially with innovation in this day and age, it might be possible to actually change how things are. So this is my goal. This is the short-term goal, which is developing the AOH generator. This is cultivating much more higher yield produce, and I'm not interested in patenting this stuff. I want it to be free so that other people can work on it, so that we can crowdsource this in a way that everybody benefits immediately. I'm of the ethos that if I help others, if I help everyone and I'm part of everyone, it helps me as well. And more importantly, it helps those that I care about. And believe me, I've got an infinite passion. If you don't believe me, go check out the video about how to save earthworms and me reuniting with my cat. I'm a very compassionate person, and I really believe in this kind of enterprise. Permaculture is not just about the sustainability of agriculture within an environment. It's also about repairing it. It's about transforming it. It's about making it more habitable for not only humans, but the natural ecosystem. So I just wanted to thank you guys for listening to this again, and I hope you guys have a great day.